see, everything looks good there. All righty. Hello, foodie friends. How is everybody? I'm Philly and welcome to my kitchen. I am really excited about the stream today because it is my attempt at recreating one of my favorite recipes, or one of my favorite dishes that we got to experience on our recent trip to Italy when we were in the Umbria region, specifically in the town of Orvieto, which I cannot recommend highly enough. It just was the most spectacular part of our visit. There were so many wonderful parts of our visit, but you know, Orvieto was certainly one of those. Hi Barb, hi Pat, how are you? Thanks for coming on. And yay Pat, it all worked. By the way, just as a side note, Pat, if for any of you just joining, please feel free to say hi in the chat. You know, we're really friendly here, but I love knowing who is popping in, so don't be afraid. You don't even have to keep chatting. But Pat, I wanted to mention that she's actually the one that kind of helped make me realize I needed to, or I could set something up. I could set it up ahead of time through YouTube so that you could set reminders. Now, I will say, Pat, what I haven't done yet is set it up more than a day ahead of time. So maybe that'll be something I can do. But I know you'd already set a reminder, but I tried to do it this time so that hopefully it will show up on the feed, and then you could use it as a reminder when I kind of gave a promotion about the stream today. So I usually start promoting my streams the day before, but yeah, so back to what we're doing today. So Orvieto is just the most delightful little hill towns that they have there in Italy. There's so many of them. So I'm sure there's so many that are equally as picturesque and warm and friendly and just amazing experiences. However, we were in Orvieto, so that was one of the ones that we loved. And when we were there, we stayed in a little B&B, Airbnb. And actually our host had recommended this one restaurant. Being who I am, I was obviously already investigating lots of restaurants that we would be considering during our trip. But this one had gone past my radar, or I did not catch, and our host recommended it, and it was called Mama Angela, and it's in Orvieto. And I'll tell you, I am so glad that we went there. I think it was our first night that we went there for dinner. We didn't have reservations, and we walked up to this place. We went early. Now, I will have to say, eating in Italy is so fun because early for them is like 7 or something. So we got there whenever the restaurant opened. I don't remember exactly what time it was, but it might have been 7. And we knew to go right first thing because it's more common to eat later. And they were wonderful and said, you know what, I think we might have a spot. So lesson learned is just ask. You know, the worst thing anyone could say is just no, we just have no room for you. But they found this little spot, actually a perfect table that was in one of their rooms. And truly, it was one of our favorite meals the entire trip. So I'm so thankful to the host, and I'm forgetting her name right now, but she was delightful. And I'm so grateful for Mama Angela. That was just a fabulous restaurant. And the dish that really sang that night, while everything was delicious, but the dish that really sang was this dish called Umbrichelli with pistachio and speck. So tonight, I'm going to try to recreate it. Now, a couple of caveats. One, I'm not making homemade pasta tonight. I know I've done that on my stream. That's not happening tonight. So let me tell you a little bit about the pasta we are going to be using. So Umbrichelli, I did a little research, which I like to do. So one of the differences between Umbrichelli as to maybe some other pastas you might consider is it does not have egg in it. It's just flour and water. And so it's a long, thicker pasta. And it's similar to in Tuscany, picci. So this I was able to get at a nearby market. And actually, once I really read about Umbrichelli, I actually think I want to try to make it sometime, because when I was reading the descriptions of how you do make it, besides the simple pasta formula, you let it rest and then you roll it out and you cut it into like spaghetti-like strands, but then you roll them. And that's what gives them that like handmade feel. So, and also Umbrichelli as well as picci tend to be a little shorter than spaghetti. Now these look quite long, so I'm not sure how this will turn out. But anyways, I was able to find this pasta that we're going to be using for the dish tonight. Certainly you can use any pasta you want. You could just use spaghetti. But I'm really trying to recreate it to give us that little, I don't know, that little feeling of being back there. So I worked extra hard to try to get the right ingredients. And certainly you could make them on your own. You could just Google the information. Oh, and by the way, there's tons of information below, but I will be adding more information, including what I end up, if it all goes well, what I end up estimating for my amounts of things, because there were 2 recipes that inspired me that I kind of read up about to help guide me for the recipe tonight. So, so that will be added, plus some links. I think I have the link to Mama Angela, but there's a couple other things that are going to be added as well. So that is a little bit about the pasta for tonight. And this is thicker, so this will take about, it says on here, 22 to 24 minutes to cook. So yeah, so that will be going in. Of course, my water, I've already heated up, so it's ready to go when we're ready. But we have a couple other things to do first. So first, let me check everybody. And hello, dear Archie. Welcome to the stream. And everyone is sober, absolutely. Hope you are, Arch. Oh, I think Barbara's already saying that. I see, Archie. Oh, this is, the message is De Cunana de Barbie, which was the place that we learned how to make some Umbrian pastas when we were there, that even Hubs got involved in making the pastas. And this was the place where we learned the recipes that I shared in, I think it was May, June, and July, or June, July, and August, for the potato gnocchi, the matriciana with the tagliatelle, I think it was tagliatelle, and then what was the other one? Oh, and the ravioli, the spinach and ricotta ravioli with the sage butter. So this was the place. It's also a vineyard, and their wine was excellent as well. So this was gifted. We did a wine tasting and cooking course, and this they gave us as part of the gift, which was lovely. And it's actually quite a nice apron. And besides enjoying the fact that the color is black, because even if I spatter on it, it won't ever stain. I can wash it and pretend like it doesn't have stains, and it might, but you're not gonna be able to see it. But it's actually quite a thick kind of muslin, or I don't know if it's muslin, but whatever the fabric is. So it's quite nice. So I very much like this. And oh yes, and the sharpest shirt guy is right here. Come say hello. Grab your little thing, and you don't have to put it on, but just kind of grab it till you're ready to come on and do tasting. He's coming. He doesn't have a plaid on tonight, Archie, so you can be rest assured with that. He's going with the Pen sweatshirt. You say hello?
Hello. Do you want me to go put that other shirt on?
I think he does. Are you requesting it, Archie? Are you requesting it?
I think it hurt Archie's eyes.
So yeah, so I'm really excited. Are you excited about this dish?
I am very excited about this
Are you
dish.
hoping it all works?
That was one of my favorite, that actually was, I think, my favorite restaurant in Italy, right?
Oh, it was one of them. I mean, we ate
there
at
were
so
so
many
many
great
great
restaurants,
places.
but it was definitely a favorite place in Orvieto, and we ate at a lot of wonderful places in
Yeah,
Orvieto.
there was nothing that was bad, but that
No.
place was,
But that was
just-
especially good.
it was just cool how it all happened too. I didn't
Yeah,
hear.
yes, I told the story for sure. So, but I would like to have something accompanying my pasta, or our pasta tonight. So it's fall here in the city, so I'm going to cook acorn squash. Full disclosure, oh, this is such an exciting stream, because I've never cooked this pasta before that I'm making tonight. You're gonna get to see me in action, trying to figure out how to make a recipe, how to have it come together with what I saw and what we saw and tasted. But also, I've never actually cooked with acorn squash. I was hoping to get delicata, which is usually my go-to for the kind of squash I was looking to do. However, they did not have delicata, so you get what you get and you don't get upset. And so we're doing acorn, and it gives me a good reason to try something new. And the reason I chose acorn is I wanted to not have to worry about the skin. So acorn, the skin on the acorn squash, it is edible. I mean, they're all edible, but it's not too bad. I like the delicata because it's quite thin, and I don't mind eating it. So we'll see how this one is. They say you can eat this too, and we'll see if it is tasty. So the first thing I'm gonna do is split hopefully without cutting my hands. Split this squash. Ugh. Wait a second, friends. Just gonna. Whoop. Well, it's exciting here in the kitchen. That last, oh, see, that was part of the problem. That last part, hey, did anyone think I was gonna cut myself? I'm very careful actually, but I did know that I need to give some force to get that done there.
That was
So here's the inside of our.
That was a little frightening, by the way.
It was a little frightening. Of our acorn squash. And apparently you can also cook these seeds just like you would pumpkin seeds, but I'm not going to do that tonight. But you could, so it's nice to know. So let me get my trash can over here because I'm going to be scraping these seeds out and then putting that in the trash. And then I'm going to actually be slicing this, and I'm going to roast this, by the way. So I'm going to roast this in the oven since it'll be quite a bit of squash. It'll be more, I believe, than my air fryer can handle in one go. So I'm going to actually put this in the oven. I know it's amazing. I'm actually heating up my oven and not just my air fryer. But you got to have to decide that. And I'm happy because I feel like, we may have some left over, so I can actually bring that on my lunch for when I go back to school tomorrow. So yes. Okay. So all you're going to do, if you've never done a squash before, which I know my friends who are commenting right now have done this, is you just want to scrape it out. I feel like a melon baller does a really nice job of it because it's got a little bit of an edge. It's not sharp, but I just feel like it cuts in, and then you just clear it all out. And I'm going to get this other half, and then this is going to go in the trash. Again, you could kind of rinse these, and you could dry them and roast them. And if it wasn't a Sunday and I was getting ready for work tomorrow after this, I might, but I am. So alas, this time I'm not going to, but maybe next time I will. Okay, so just clearing this all out, getting all the stringy stuff. Do you all like squash? I love squash. I was kind of late to it as far as it wasn't something that we had a lot growing up. But then again, our grocery stores are a lot different now than they were growing up. I am sure it was there, but I just think back in those times, makes me sound so old, but back in the 70s and 80s, when I was in grade school and everything, I just think cooking was a lot simpler, at least by us. I don't know how it was in England, Archie. I don't know if you found that to be true, that there's so many, I think with our trade, there's so much more so many more products that we can use, more produce, and it's really made cooking and eating very interesting. But yes, I did not have any squash growing up. So, and I don't even know if my mom had liked squash, and that could have been the reason too. So now this is just going to go into the trash can, and then we're going to slice this up. Meanwhile, I'm going to create a seasoned butter that we're going to toss with it. And you could use olive oil. The reason I'm going to use butter, I did get, and I will post later, the recipe that inspired this. I'm pretty much following the recipe that inspired this. The only difference, I want to get this up to 450. I want my temperature to be at 450. So it's a nice high roast. Let me just put this one down just a second, friends. Put down just one. There we go. Okay. Now I forgot. Is the butter, I will tell you, in a lot of these dishes, I really feel like butter just lends such great flavor. We're cutting these about 3/4 inch thick, wide. So you have to be careful because it is a bit hard, but yeah, that works pretty well. Make sure your fingers stay away. So here is that part of the squash, and then we'll do this one. And so we're going to season it with a couple different flavorings. And the reason I chose this one particularly is because of how I wanted to drizzle it. And drizzling it was where I wanted to put my own spin on it. So I wanted to drizzle this with honey and a little Aleppo, which I know is not Italian, but that was kind of what I wanted to do. So I liked the seasoning that was suggested with this. I didn't have to think about it because I was doing enough thinking trying to figure out the creamy pistachio and speck. And we will talk about speck in just a second. We'll talk about speck in just a sec. My goodness, I'm a poet. I didn't even know it. And you too can come to my comedy show, streaming live for you on the weekends and during the week at times. All right, let me see what I'm missing here. So Archie, or Pat, Barb. Oh, hi, Matt, how are you? Did you see my script? You mean the recipe that you put down? I think I did see that. Thank you for sharing that, Matthew. And Barb loves acorn squash, and really, I love butternut. Oh, I'm with you, Barb. Butternut is, And the only reason, again, choosing this one is because the skin's thin, and I can just like cut it and put it together. And then, I saw that, Arch. And then Pat says, acorn squash is great with cinnamon, nutmeg, and maple syrup. Oh, yes. Also delicious stuffed. Yes, I was seeing some recipes when I was looking for what I wanted to do with this. I was seeing some recipes of them stuffing it because it's such a nice little like container. It's actually a perfect size for stuffing. All right, do be careful though because this is quite hard and you want to keep your fingers away for sure. So I'm just going for some slices. All right, and there we go. So next we're going to get our buttered flavored. And tonight what I'm going to do for the flavoring, and I have it here, is I'm going to get about 3 tablespoons of butter. Just a second. About 3. This is going to be most of this butter. I probably should just use all of it. I'll leave a little smidge left. This is actually probably 3, but I'll leave a little 3/4 of a tablespoon left. I don't know why, but it makes me feel better somehow. And then I'm going to actually get this melted, and then we're going to add our seasonings to it. So I'm just going to melt this in the microwave for a second. Make sure that can go. And then to it, we are going to be adding, I have them out already, some salt, pepper, some brown sugar, put that over there, some garlic powder, paprika, and I think that'll do it. So let's get this butter melted. The brown sugar, besides adding a little bit of sweetness, it also helps it brown. And this, the inspiration for this, by the way, came from Delish, which they have lots of different recipes. And that was kind of what popped up. I'm like, oh, that sounds really good. Okay, so I'm just going to eyeball this. I'm going to be putting in, because I did change the amounts a little bit, because since I'm going to add honey, I didn't want to add as much sugar as they said. So I'm going to be adding what I decide on. About 1/2 tablespoon of brown sugar. Okay. And then we're going to do about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Oh, my salt is here. That should be about 1/2 teaspoon. And then about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. About 1/2 teaspoon of paprika and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Oh, you know what? I tell you, it is always streaming when I run on my black pepper. So I will need to add more to this. I'll do that when we're waiting for the water to, or not the pasta to cook. Okay. And then what did I say? I think I said like 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. Okay, put that in there. Okay. And then about 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Hub's favorite.
What is it?
Garlic powder.
Ugh. I like garlic.
I know you do. And garlic powder is a little bit
Garlic just doesn't
tamer. Oh, shush. A little tamer than. So I'm just going to mix this together, and I'm going to pop these in and toss them. And we'll be good to go. All right. Okay, so let me load these in, and we'll toss them to coat. And I probably should have gotten a bigger bowl, but alas, I did not. So this is going to be fun. Oh my goodness, this was not I've had better decisions. Okay, oh, lost one. There's not going to rinse that guy off. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to get a better spatula. Totally should have done a bigger bowl. So make better decisions than I did. Also, I thought it would be good to have it on the bottom because I could just warm it and save the washing for hubs, like save all the dishes. So I thought, oh, I'll just warm it up in the bowl I'm going to toss it in. This is the biggest glass bowl I do own, I will say. It's over here. But oh, this was a big mistake. So this might take a little longer than I was expecting. Meanwhile, I do have a a sheet, a cookie sheet prepared with some parchment paper, and we're gonna lay these out. Oh my gosh. This is fun. Okay, let's move these out of the way. Move that out of the way. You know, what's great is I am very consistent, right? I consistently choose bowls that are too small. I'm not, if nothing but consistent, that's for sure. All right, so let's get that. And once I get this on the tray, we'll talk about speck. So have you guys ever had speck, first of all? I'd love to know that.
What exactly is speck?
So we're going to talk about that. So I wanted to first ask them if they've had speck. So before I talk about what speck is. Because I did have to look up about that too. Because I will say this dish was the first time I'd ever had speck. I had never had that before, either tasted it plain or had it in a dish. Okay, so I think this will do. Let me move this over and get our cookie sheet. And, oh, here it is. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just going to put this down. Get all this yumminess out. Okay. There we go. All right. So that's good to go. And now we're just going to, whoops, just put these out so they can all cook. Oh my. Let's see. Pardon me as I lay these all out. Not sure which way I think I'll just flip these. I think I'll flip these halfway. I'll set my timer so I can flip them. That can go there and that can go there. Let me just get that all set. Okay, there we go. Excellent. I wish they were, yeah, this will be fine. Okay, that'll do. One of our favorite lines from, what's the name of the movie, babe? That says, "That'll do, pig, that'll do." Remember that one?
Yeah, it was the.
What was that? Do you all know? There's a movie, and I can't remember the name of the actor where he says.
James Cromwell.
James Cromwell. See, remember that, but can't remember the name of the movie that says.
Babe.
Babe. That's right, Babe. Look at you. Look at you.
Oh.
Wow. Your little
I'm tired now.
filers up in your head were like busy with that.
I'm tired now. I need a nap.
So Babe, where they say, "That'll do, pig. That'll do." All right, so these are going to go in. They're in at 450 baking, and they'll be, I think it was for 15, 20 minutes. So I'm just going to go ahead and get them in, because, or you know what? No, I'm going to wait and put them in once I get the pasta cooking, because that makes more sense. Why let them go cold? So those are good to go. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the pesto ready, because basically what I want to do is kind of get some things set. So I'm going to get the cheeses grated. Then and I'll get this back up to heat up to boiling. And then once the pasta goes in, then I'll finish and make the pesto, because everything will come together pretty quick. So this is something that you can make the sauce while the pasta is cooking. Unless you have fresh pasta that cooks in 2 minutes, then you will want to rethink that decision. So in any event, let me just put this here. I don't need this anymore. Let me wipe this up. And let's get some cheese grated. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about speck. Oh, and actually, that is something I am going to do right now. I just remembered. I'm going to let the speck, so again, in making this, I just poured over a bunch of different recipes. Some used speck, and we'll talk about speck in a second, and others used things like pancetta. Some used prosciutto. I don't know if any used guanciale, but I did think that's something you could use. So, but to your question, Babe, you were asking what speck is. And speck is, just like prosciutto, is a lightly cured ham. The difference is that this is smoked. And this is from the Northeast Italy region. So it has a little bit of German and Austrian influence on it. And the seasoning, besides the smoking, which happens at the end, the spice mixture is salt, pepper, juniper berries, and bay leaves. And I was thinking about you and Archie, because you and Archie both like gin, and juniper, I think, isn't that one of the things that's flavored in gin? I think some people say juniper.
So what is it? Is it a,
So it looks,
It's a
this
meat,
one
fish,
is
what?
already sliced. This is the only way I could get it.
but what is this? Like meat, fish, what?
What do you think? What does this look like?
I don't know.
This is meat.
Meat.
And I did, if you were listening, I said it was like prosciutto.
I was not listening.
I know. Therein lies the problem of my daily life. So in any event, 30 years of not listening, loves. So Speck,
What?
let me bring it closer so you can see. So I was not able to get it in any other form but this. This is the only form that is offered to me at the grocery store where I was going. I totally could have gone down to the Italian market in Philly. I did not. So there's that. However, if you have trouble finding Speck, you could use, I think the easiest swap would be prosciutto. You'll miss a little bit of the flavor because of the smoked nature of it, but I still think it's not that the dish wouldn't be good. It still would be good, I think. And I was talking with, I forget the person, we follow each other on, I think it was on Blue Sky, was talking about that they had it with something and that it's a stronger flavor. So the very first thing we're going to do, so Hubs, you can come over here and get this because I'm going to be cooking it here. One of my decisions I made was to cook it at a low heat here in a little bit of olive oil so it will crisp up. So let me get that going. So I'm going to turn this on. We get a low heat. I'm going to put on 2. I might even need to reduce it. I'm going to put just a little bit of olive oil. Actually, you know what? I'm going to spray because then I can get it all spread out. I mean, you could put a lot of olive oil, but I just want to have a little bit so it can, because what I want it to do is I would like it to crisp up. I'm not sure really, because to be honest, like when I think back about the dish, I'm not sure what they did. I don't really remember it being added at the end because there would be a definite feel to it. And it might have been thicker even. It might have been, they could have had a thicker slice that it was kind of cubed. I don't remember, to be honest with you. And certainly it wasn't the main part of the dish. The main part of the dish was not the speck. The main star of the dish was the homemade pasta and it was the prosciutto. So, and I think this is going to have a lot of flavor. So I am thinking, because I don't want it to overwhelm, I'm thinking 3 of these slices will be fine. But I do want to taste this. So babe, do you want to come over here so we can taste it? Okay.
Oh, yep, sure.
It smells wonderful. Let me come over and smell, first of all.
Do I have to cook it?
No, it's like prosciutto. So smell it. Oh, you can hold it and smell. Doesn't it smell good?
Yeah, it does.
So let's taste it. Oh,
It tastes good too.
that's really good. So, very similar to prosciutto, except for the smoke.
Yeah.
It's smoked. It's a smoked
Very
nature, but very good. Stronger in flavor. So I feel like prosciutto is almost comes across sweeter. I mean, it's not sweet, but it's luscious. Like I think this would be a bit strong wrapping around cantaloupe or melon, which I know is a popular way to have prosciutto. I think that would be awfully strong, but I could see that the flavor in here would be really nice.
I like that better than prosciutto.
Wow,
Yeah.
You heard that here first. So I'm going to start with just a little bit right now. And then the next time I make it, like I'll let you know if I feel like something's missing, if I feel like we should have added more. But let me just show you what I'm doing here so y'all can see. Once I make the sauce, I will have you get, so you see I had a little bit of olive oil. I have it on a low heat. I think it's a 2. Hope you can see that there. Yep, 2. And I just want it to crisp up. And I don't want it to crisp up too high. So, and what I want to do is also flavor that pan and that oil up there. And then that I will keep there to add flavor for once I add one of my other ingredients later. So, that's the deal for that pan. And I'm also realizing I wish I used a bigger pan, but alas, I didn't. So I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. It'll be good.
Why don't you just get another pan out and
Nope, it's already started.
make that messy.
Oh, that was kind of not nice. I don't think that was very nice. Friends, do you think that was really nice? Oh, it smells so good, though. Can you smell that? What's wrong?
I didn't, nothing.
Okay. Did you put soap in the speck? You better not put soap in the speck.
Yeah.
You got some soap in the speck? He got soap in the speck. Oh, my goodness. Did you just snort? Oh, my goodness. What am I going to do with you? What do you know? Oh, here we go. I'm sorry, friends. Okay. So meanwhile, the speck is cooking. Let me get this back up to temperature, our pasta water. And let's open up I think it's picci, P-I-C-I. It's not peaky. I'm sure it's not peaky. So let me open this up. This is actually supposed to be made in Tuscany. It's almost a pound of, okay, this is not working. Almost a pound of pasta. So and these are these little nests. So I would like to cook half of this. So I'm going to have to look and see how many nests there are and use half of them. And with my luck, there's going to be an odd number because that's just how things roll.
Just
Let's
break
see,
one in
one.
half, right?
No, 2. I don't like his ideas. 3. 4. 5. 6. And in here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I told you this was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen that way. Okay, we'll err on a little bit more pasta. Right?
What's that?
No, I am going to split it because I'm also worried about how big this is. I can't believe I'm splitting pasta. This just seems like really sacrilege. Let's see if I can actually take it apart. And by the way, this is coated so roughly, which is what's going to help the sauce cling to it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really a rough texture. So it's going to make it wonderful for the sauce to cling. Okay, I'm just going to take some of these off, the loose ones off, and call it a day. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Yep, okay, we're good.
Wonder where you got that idea.
Which one? Wait, what?
Nothing.
Did you just insult me?
I did not.
Friends, what did he say? Okay, so that's for next time. So this is what we're going to be cooking for our dinner tonight. And let's take a look at how this is going. So I'm going to flip this over, get it nice and crispy. Because I don't want to burn this. I just want to crisp it up. And again, flavor the pan. Okay, so that's good to go. I am going to get a paper towel on this so that I can lay it on there. So that'll go there. And let's see what our chat's doing. So Arch said, wait a second, a bigger bowl. Yes, I know. Oh, thanks, Pat. Yes, please hit the like button and make sure you share too. Share this with others that you think might want this. Oh, I see. Archie said it's 1,000,000 times more popular over here than where you are. It's a fringe veg here in Britain. That's hysterical. Oh my gosh. And Pat said she grew up eating acorn squash on New York and Long Island. Okay. Awesome. Let's see here. I love delicata. Delicata's great. So I hope this will be okay. Hopefully. No, this is not a vegetarian dish because of the speck. So, but you know what's nice is, well, I was going to say it's, you know, kind of cost efficient, but I will say pistachios, you know, they can get a little pricey, but that is the main part of our meal is pistachio. So let's talk about that real quick. You know, we are able to get actual pistachios that are already shelled, which is really nice. So this is just what I purchased, and I'm going to be using about a half cup of this to make our sauce for 2, because I'm just making it for 2. And I'm hoping that my guesses are good, because As we said, we get what we get and we don't get upset. All right, so I'm trying to think if I feel like I have enough time. I have enough time. Okay, I think I can do this. I think I can put the pasta in, and I think I can get this together in that time. Do you all feel confident that I'm going to do this? Let me just check the chat one more time so I'm caught up. Let's see here. Oh, we're talking about balls now. Oh, bowls. Yeah, we are talking about bowls, my friend. Speck is like Parma ham or San Danielle, yes. Or I never know how to say that. Yamon Iberico, yes. And by the way, did you see Archie would like you to pay attention, my friend?
Who, me?
Yes.
Ah.
Who? Who else do you think?
Ah.
Ooh, fried up in a little butter. That sounds amazing in a BLT, Archie. Yes, and it isn't very fatty. And yes, Arch, I did know that it's from the leg of the pork. Absolutely. Okay, let's see here. Anything else? I'm just reading all this chat. Oh my goodness. You know vegetarians who love bacon. Oh, Archie. Oh, and this is getting done. So I actually want to get this off soon. This one I think is just about there. And I feel like it's a little warmer on this side. So I'm going to actually move this guy over. Yeah, this is crisping up quite nice. And these two I think are going to be done a little sooner. Let me just show you where we're at so far. My water is bubbling away. See how nice that looks? This piece here just needs a little more time.
Smells really good.
Yes, it's a shame it smells so terrible here in the kitchen.
Holy mackerel.
So let me open up my pistachios and let me do one last look at the chat before we do the timing now. Oh, I gotta have one. I love pistachios. I mean, the pistachio gelato in Italy was just fabulous. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, so back to the chat. Let me just do one more thing. And Pat said, I worked with two people who've been brought up kosher. When we had Christmas party, they were gobbling down ham like crazy. Oh my goodness. Yes, that would be a surprise. Okay, so let's get this in and let's start our, make sure I can plug this in. Let's start our, what do you call it? Pesto. So what I'm hoping will happen is I'm hoping the pesto will come together quite nice. I'm going to use my little mini food processor here. On one of the people I looked at, they said you could use a hand mixer, like one of those, you know, the immersion ones. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know about that. So I'm going to actually choose to do it this way. I'm going to take one of these off right now. There we go. Nice color. I mean, the color is gorgeous here. And this one's almost ready too. I'm glad I moved that over. I think that was the right thing to do. And actually, you know what? I'm just going to turn this off. Just going to turn that off. There we go. Let that guy hang out. Okay, so let's get this pasta on and let's get this party started. So let me put this in our salted, very salted pasta water. And I'll set the timer for 22 minutes and see how it is at that point. There we go. Let's get that in there. Excellent. Okay. Okay, so let's get the timer. And here we go. So to make our pesto, we are going to be adding a half cup of shelled pistachios. And let me get what okay, and I'm going to do about a half cup to 1 cup of basil. I know the basil will help make it green. On all the recipes, I saw differing amounts of how much basil they added. And so I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. So instead of doing a cup, I might do a little bit less because I mean, I love basil. I just don't want it to overpower, but maybe I'm being silly because it is like, it's going to just be ground up. It's going to be fine. So I probably am just worrying about nothing. So I'm just taking off the leaves. This is wonderful. I got this at the market. It's packed in one of these little packages, and it's wonderful because it is washed and it can actually apparently stay in this package and stay quite nice for some time. So I love fresh basil. You know, I like to also use frozen, but obviously we can't use frozen basil in the application of a pesto. That would not work. So that is definitely not, you need the fresh stuff. You cannot use frozen in that matter. Okay, so I've got my little leaves there. Yeah, I think that's a good amount. So this is probably, it's not a tightly packed cup, so it's probably like a half cup tightly packed. And I'm gonna also come over here and just turn my pastas around because they are in those little nests, and I just wanna make sure that they're kind of, you know, happy in their little hot tub here. Okay. When I say that, I'm just thinking right now, you know, the whole idea of saying my little pasta nests are happy in their hot tub reminds me of Chef Anne Burrell, who passed away just a few months ago. And I loved how she talked when she cooked. She just made cooking fun. And that was one of the things I appreciated about her as a chef. Okay, so I've got my basil here. I might add more. I'm gonna add a little bit more. So I'm kind of eyeballing this, I'm not gonna lie. But I will let you know what my best guess is for you to try. What I know is that this is all gonna get blitzed, and I kind of feel like I don't wanna regret, because I am making a pesto, as you will. So, okay, I think this should be good enough. So besides this, I'm also gonna put in garlic. So let me get my garlic, and I don't wanna just have one big chunk of garlic, so I am gonna take that and chop it just a little bit so I make sure that it gets spread throughout. So I have one garlic clove right here. I'm gonna smush it first. I didn't remember it being super garlicky, so I chose a smaller clove, not just because Hubs is garlic sensitive at times, but again, I just didn't want it to overpower it. I feel like the sauce, it had beautiful flavor, but I feel like it was very balanced. So that's my decision of, you know, choosing a smaller clove of garlic instead of a larger one. I know, you know, all around the food community, people always talk about that there's never such a thing as too much garlic, but in this case, I really want the flavor of the pistachios to shine. The garlic I want to be like a back note, if that makes sense. So I am going to opt for a smaller one. And I see that that's the core, so I'm gonna get rid of that. So my garlic in there. I don't have to chop it super nice, but I just wanted to break it up because I don't want any big chunks of garlic. Or I should say Hubs does not want any big chunks of garlic. And so after that, I'm just gonna put some salt and pepper in there. Let me get my salt and pepper. Not gonna do much more salt because I'm gonna be using pecorino, which is very salty. Get some pepper, and then we're gonna need olive oil too. Oh, and my pepper's out, that's right. Oh my gosh, I gotta do that. I'm moving this here so I don't forget. Let me just get my pasta tossed a little bit. I'm really excited because this is gonna be super thick noodles, which are gonna be what I'm hoping to be very toothsome. Get good texture. Okay, so for my pecorino, I'm gonna do about a half cup of pecorino. Oopsie. Oh my gosh, I'm making a royal mess. Okay, okay, there we go. That works just fine. And then my olive oil, and I am making a royal mess. And that's pecorino romano. And then 4 or 5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And I'm gonna use my good stuff for this because it is a pesto. And while this will get warmed up, we're not like cooking it, so to speak. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I can always add more. So now we're gonna blitz it. So hold your ears. This might be a little loud. Hubs, did you hear that?
Nope.
Hold your ears.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. It is not blitzing well. I think I might need some more olive oil. Just see, just a little bit more. Okay. And then if not, I think I'll put some, maybe even some pasta water in there. Let's see. I want to get as fine a texture as I can. I'm actually going to be chopping some pistachios to put at the top. Come on. You know what? I think I know what a Christmas gift idea should be. This is just, I still see so many big chunks, and I really wanted to get this.
Put it on the list.
Maybe, maybe I actually used too much basil. The other thing I'm wondering is, and I have one more idea, because yeah, I've got some really big, so this is not what I want. Let me just show you. See, there's really big pieces of pistachio there, and I don't want that. So I'm going to now, because nothing happens how you expect it's going to. Oh, and I got to take this off. I know it, I turned off the what do you call it, so that's good. I got out my immersion in case I needed it, and I just feel like I'm going to need it because there's like big pieces of pistachio, and I don't want that.
Do you want me to come over and help somehow?
No, thank you, though. I'll let you know, though. We are going to have a lot of dishes, so just be prepared.
Great.
Let's see. Ooh. Well, for what I don't have in texture, the taste is really good. Very good. Oh, my gosh. And I actually don't know if I'm going to need all this. This might be more than I need for a half a pound of pasta. It's very tasty. Like this would be, this would be just a great pesto. You should come taste the pesto, babe. I think you'd like it. Okay, so one of the ingredients I am going to be using is I'm going to be using some heavy cream. So I'm actually going to put a little bit of heavy cream in there just to help loosen it up a bit. I'm going to be heating up cream also in the pan. Or maybe I should just put some pasta water. Babe, are you going to try this?
Yep, in a second. I'll be there.
Put this over here. All right. Oh my gosh, what a mess. Okay, meanwhile, because I don't want to get too off. Oh my gosh, I did not put my butternut squash or my acorn squash in. Uh-oh. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's see. Okay, and I'm also gonna set a timer for 10 minutes because I want to turn in 10 minutes. Okay, this is not going according to plan, but that's okay because we got this.
Wait, you forgot to put the squash in?
Yeah, I meant to put the squash in before I put the pasta in, but oh well. What are you going to do?
How you cook it? Sorry. Okay, so where's the stuff? Can I taste it?
You can taste it over there.
Okay.
So, watch out, babe.
Oh, that was
Isn't that
really good.
tasty?
Yeah.
Really tasty. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I have this in here. I'm going to get my immersion blender.
My goodness, that's good.
Isn't that good? So even just that, my friends, would be fabulous, but it was creamy. So I'm desiring the creaminess. So I'm going to be adding just a little. So I'm going to be actually in that pan heating up a little heavy cream and Parmesan. Actually, I do have a favor, babe.
Yes.
Could you actually grate some Parmesan for me? That would be wonderful. Okay, one second. I'm just gonna put like about half cup of cream there. That was probably a quarter cup. That probably wasn't half cup. And then here's the Parmesan, babe.
Is this one?
Oh no, no.
Oh.
I know, it was just,
The bigger one?
nope, babe, this.
Oh, yeah.
That was cute. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that much. Okay, so you can, whoopsie, pardon. Wait. Oh, that'll help hold. So let me get you a little thing. Just do it on there, actually. Just do it right on there. Thank you, babe. Okay, let me try to get this blitzed more. Let's see. I'll just keep grating, and I'll let you know. Okay, this is helping. I just think it's going to be more chunky than I want it to be, but I don't know if there's much I can do about it, unfortunately. And that went a little high, so let me reduce that. Yeah. No. I know, that's good, that's good. I know, I was just waiting to see. Okay. This did help a little bit. I just feel like I just keep dirtying more dishes. Okay. There we go. Let me just do a little bit more. Okay, I think this will do. I think this will be fine. I was really aiming for creamier consistency. I saw on some of the creators, like this one fella, they got it quite creamy, and they did it with an immersion blender. Now, they might have a more super duper one than I have. I just don't think my immersion blender would have gotten it that creamy. Here, you're welcome to run your finger along this. This is, just don't cut yourself on the blade, but this is.
Yeah, I think I'll probably try something
Oh
else.
my gosh, so good. So good. This can just get rinsed and baked. I would do the outside though, because it is really yummy.
Okay.
Gosh, that's good.
Nice.
So delicious. All right. So meanwhile, we've got, let me bring you all over here so you can see what we're doing here. Because things are going to start coming together. First of all, let me get this down like so. Okay. There we go. All right. So we've got our heavy cream here. I desperately need to get some black pepper, because I know I'm going to use black pepper. I reduced the heat. It was a little high. And I'm going to,
Pasta.
it's the timer, yep. Yeah, this is a very thick pasta, so it takes a while to cook. I'll show you all the pasta in a second. Oh, it's going to be so good. Wait till I show you this pasta, everybody. Okay, meanwhile, I'm going to add, this is super fluffy, so I'm going to add what's going to amount to be about like more of a proper cup of Parmesan to that. And then I'm sorry for the rainbow whisk, my friend, but we're just going to combine this. And now remember, there's a little bit of the oil that was here that had been flavored by our speck, our salty speck here. Okay, and then I'm going to just let this reduce a little bit on a low heat. Just let that reduce a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be adding this as it gets just a little bit closer. And let me show you the pasta. Isn't that good?
That is so good.
And I need to add some black pepper.
What's
Yes.
in there?
Pistachios, a little bit of garlic, basil, and olive oil. Oh, and pecorino. I'm also wondering, when I usually make pesto, I usually add the cheese last after everything's been blitzed. So that's where I think I should have gone with my gut of what I usually do. Instead, I was seeing them just add it all and blitz it. Okay, so you see, even though, first of all, look how beautiful those are, but they are not near done. They still need quite a bit of time. So let me bring this here. Okay, I'm gonna get some black pepper put in my pepper grinder so we can use that. Luckily, I've got some right here, so I can add that to here. I don't need this knife anymore. I'm just gonna put that right. Oh, actually, I do need the knife. No, I'll use scissors. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking aloud. You're used to me thinking like this, aren't you, babe? I talk to myself. Do I talk to myself when I cook?
A lot.
A lot, I know. He'll respond to me, he'll say, what? I'm like, oh, honey, I wasn't talking to you. I was just talking to myself. Just don't mind me. Does anyone else talk to themselves when they cook or do anything? I bet you Archie doesn't. Archie, you probably don't have conversations with yourself. That's my guess. All right, so I'm going to get a little black pepper in here. I'm going to turn it up just a tad. It's a little too low. Okay. And I'm also going to get to this part. I'm going to get some scissors right there and crumble this up a little bit. So I'm just going to do some strips. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing here. Let me put this here so y'all can see. Do you see that? Yep. There we go. So it could, I'm just thinking strips. I don't know that it needs to be like this, but this is just what I'm thinking.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. So I will say in the dish did not have the speck sprinkled on top. The only thing sprinkled on top was the pistachio, because again, pistachio is the real star there. And this is actually more speck than I think we had in our dish. Oh my gosh, babe, you gotta try this toasted. It is so good. Archie, you're spot on. That would just be like bacon because that smokiness, because our bacon here is smoked. You can see how this is thickening up. I thought I can see that. It's all thickening up there. And then,
really
is that not amazing? So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off my heat. I'm gonna add this. I don't think I'm adding all of it. I think that's enough. I think I'm adding probably two-thirds of it would be my guess. And I'm just gonna let this melt in. Oh, I need to get a little handle here for when our pasta is ready. So the cream, I wanted the cream to kind of loosen up because the sauce was quite creamy. Again, you could just make it more of like a pesto, but I really wanted the creaminess because that was what was reminiscent of the dish. And look how beautiful that is. I'm gonna have to turn up the light so you can see that. How gorgeous. Now, you can see it's a little thick, but we're gonna be putting the pasta in straight away from the pot of water. And so that will have some pasta water clinging. And then we have that pasta water. Oh my gosh, that's delicious. That pasta water on the ready to loosen it up so we can get exactly the consistency we want. So we're no worries with that. And I'm gonna need another handle for the pasta water. Meanwhile, let me check on my, oh, those don't look too bad. Let me show you how our roasted acorn squash is doing. Let's take a peek. See that? Oops, sorry, that's foggy all up. See, there we go. I don't know if it'll be ready. I think we're going to be trying that later. I think it'll be after we try the pasta, then we'll get that acorn squash out and it'll probably be hot and we'll burn our tongues, but oh well, what are you going to do? So there's our pasta. Oh my gosh, this is going to be fabulous. So look, I've got this left over now that I think this you could freeze at this point because I know I've seen frozen pesto. So that's probably what I'll do with it is I'll freeze it. And that way it's ready to go when I need it. Meanwhile, our pasta is, let me see how much time we have left on there. Just a second. Let's take a look. My 10 minutes there is up. We have about 3 minutes left. So let me flip our butternut squash. I'm going to bring you, I'll bring you over here so you can see the flipping. Not that that's super exciting, but I don't want you to feel like you're missing things. So let me bring you all over here. I'm going to bring the butternut squash out. And we will flip it and put it right back in. You get it out of the oven. And then by that time, our other stuff should be done. Oh, I've got to chop my pistachios. That's the other thing I need to do. And I'm going to move the rack up higher so that it can cook a little more and brown even more. So I probably should have left it up there. And let me get a little bit of tongs so I can, I'm just going to use my pasta tongs. There we go. Just flipping. So if you're just joining us, this is just the squash we're having as a side, but we are going to be having a wonderful pasta dish from Umbria come together, which is pasta with speck and pistachio, a creamy pistachio sauce. And we have some picci, whatever, how it's called, right there, boiling away. And we're going to get this back in the oven to finish cooking. I have it on high this time. There we go. Okay, so that's there. And I'm going to do that for another 10 minutes. Set a timer for 10 minutes. All right, so that one's there. So let's take a look at our pasta. Let me just rinse these because now they have a bunch of acorn squash on them. See how we're doing there. Let's get in there. So this dish, the pasta has got to be pretty much done. I want it to be al dente, but I don't want it to be even just shy of al dente because we are not going to be spending much time, once we add to the sauce. Oh, it's definitely not done yet. Okay. All right. That's fair. But that tastes great. It's going to be great toothsome, but we still have a few minutes left. I'm going to get the pistachios chopped, and I'm also going to use this to get our pasta water if we need some extra. All right, so let's get you back over here and let's take a look at what we're going to do. So we've got our sauce just sitting there waiting till it's time, and I'm going to chop some pistachios to put on top. And meanwhile, I've got just my countertop is a bit of a mess, so I need to kind of take care of that. But I will tell you, I'm super pleased at how this sauce has turned out. The flavor is amazing and very reminiscent of how it tasted at that night at Mama Angela. So that's supposed to say the pasta's done, but the pasta was a ways from being done. So I'm going to set the pasta timer for another 2 minutes. And that's, I don't know about y'all, but I think we've talked about this. I find that around me, I just feel like pasta is always takes longer to cook than we expect. It just always does. Oh, I forgot I had this grated Parmesan already, freshly grated stuff. So I'm going to put that there so I can use this one thing to, there we go. So we've got extra Parmesan here in case we want any on top. But again, I think what we'll do is shoot more for the pistachios to be the garnish, because again, I kind of want that to be the star of this. So I've got my little cutting board here and my pistachios. I'm going to just run my knife through a couple of these just to sprinkle, and these will be delightful. So let's get my knife that hub's so wonderfully washed, and we're going to just run our knife through that. So we move this here, and they're probably going to pop everywhere. Well, not too bad. What's your favorite nut, by the way, besides your foodie friend Philly? What's your favorite nut? What nut do you enjoy the most? And then what nut do you enjoy the most in cooking? I would love to know that.
Almonds.
Almonds, okay. How about all the times that you cook, babe? I'm just teasing you. I'm just giving you a hard time. So the nut that I cannot stop myself from eating is a cashew. Probably next would be pistachios. Cooking-wise, this is my first time really cooking with pistachios. So I've enjoyed them in many dishes, but I've not experienced cooking them much. So probably cooking, and this is for a sweet dish, pecans. Oh my gosh. I love pecans and the richness that they add to dishes. So here's our garnish right here. Here is the speck that we'll be adding once we toss the pasta in. And I think we're getting close. So we turn that off. That's the pasta. The pasta should be done. Let me do one more check. It should be about ready. And I'll bring it over and we're going to put this thing together. Let's see here, friends. Oh yeah, we are done. Okay. So, whoopsie. The next thing I'm going to do is take this out. Put that there. Get my tongs. And I'm going to also turn up this heat. I don't want it on high. I'm going to put it on 3, just because I want to get this warmed back up. We're going to put this in there. There. Look at that. How gorgeous. Leave no pasta. Leave no pasta undone. And I'm going to get my little mini strainer to get those last little bits, because all pasta should enjoy itself. There we go. Let's see. Oh my, that didn't work as well as I thought it would. We got that one. Let's see if I can get this one. Oh, no. Okay, so some pasta is going to be left behind. No pasta left behind is not going to be happening. But I have my pasta water here in case I need it. So now I'm going to take my tongs and we are going to get this mixed. So let's bring this here. Actually, the size of this has worked out quite well. I'm pretty pleased with it. I think this is actually the perfect size. Look at that gorgeous color. Hey babe, would you do me a favor? Will you turn up the light, please, here in the kitchen?
Turn it off?
Up.
Oh, up.
Thank you. Did everyone else hear me say up? You're the one that revealed that you don't listen, so. All right. Oh my gosh. Look. Okay. There we go. Smart cookie there. Oh, I forgot to add this too. I'm not going to add all this. I'm going to add, like, I bet you I'm going to reduce that to 2 slices of the, and I'm going to turn this down to 1. I'm going to add this to juice 2 slices of the speck. I don't think we need 3 because again, I don't want to overpower it. Speck has great flavor, but it is strong. I really want the pistachio to be the star. So you can see that's how you figure it out. So that will be great snacking on, but I actually don't want that here. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. And I'm trying to think if I want to add just a tad more sauce. Yeah, let me a little more pasta water. Let me see. Just add a little bit more. Have it just a little bit looser. There we go. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm going to get a little plate for us. There we go. Beautiful.
You close?
Yeah, come on over. Get a little bit of this. There we go. Bring you all around, and let me turn the heat off of this right now. Babe?
Oh, let me come over?
Yes. All right. Okay. So then what I would add to this is the crumbled pistachios. That's how they did it. So I know Hubs will be adding, when I serve it up on a bowl for us tonight, he'll be adding some cheese on top, but I would actually just do the nuts because that's the star. So I'm going to get you your fork. So let's try this. See how close. Isn't that good? Speck, you're my new friend. Let me just check this first. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, no, I think we still can use more time. Yeah, we're just having a steam bath, shall we?
Okay. Let me put it down.
No, they want so they can see it. There
They
you
can
go.
see it right here?
Please.
Okay.
Cheers. Wow. So I could have cooked the pasta a little bit longer,
That was decadent.
but isn't that not good?
Wow.
I mean, oh, we could do a little like Lady and the Tramp scene here. It is so good though.
That is really phenomenal.
I mean, get out. This is just crazy. So good. And you know, and I did not use a ton of cream. I used a little to loosen up, but I don't think that's necessary. I think I could have done, I actually maybe just would add water to loosen up next time. It is just so good. I cannot even tell you.
And the pistachio. With the salt?
Yes. There's no extra salt that was needed.
No.
Because you have the salty water, you have the Parmesan, the pecorino, the speck. But I do feel like the speck did not overwhelm it. Do you know what I mean?
Not.
And actually, if I actually would recommend getting it thinly sliced. I think that actually is a good way to do it.
That was actually really well done.
Thank you,
I think
babe.
you hit it.
Thank you.
That's
I mean,
great.
I'm not saying I'm as good as you, Mama Angela, but it was pretty good. So let's take a look
No.
at this. Let's take a look at this acorn squash
Wow.
now. Watch out behind you. Okay. Just a second. I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to finish this, friends. So let me turn off my little timer. So let me show you.
That's going to be about 3,000 degrees.
Can you bring, babe, the honey and the Aleppo that's right there by the air fryer, please? Yep. So then what I would do, there's our roasted squash. What I would do is just drizzle a little bit of honey on it, just to add a little sweetness. Just a second, let me show you that. Do not eat the pasta right now,
Okay.
please. So we drizzled that. You know he's eating the pasta, by the way.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you were. And then I'm going to sprinkle some Aleppo, which is like, it's a pepper used, I believe it's like in, oh, I'm forgetting the kind of cooking it's used in. Like where harissa is and everything. But it's not terribly spicy, which is nice. Like it's spicy, but not crazy spicy. It's not like Szechuan peppers. So I feel like this would add a nice little bit of heat with that honey and that contrast. So babe, then we're gonna try this.
Oh, okay.
So if you could turn off the water, that'd be great.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna bring this over and put this on our plate in a second. So because we need to have a side. And, oh, there we go. Oh, and can you turn off the oven? And by the way, I am super toasty right now. Oh, that kind of came apart.
What can I do about that?
Open up the window when we're done. So we're going to, this is going to be screaming hot, so please be careful. Be careful.
So I'm supposed to be careful.
Be careful. Woo.
Yeah. Seems like that worked.
So I feel like it's overcooked. I feel like it cooked a lot. And the skin isn't bad. But it didn't brown. It didn't brown like they showed on theirs. It's really hot.
Oh,
The skin isn't as delicate as delicata, no pun intended. But I do think I cooked a little too much.
uh-oh. Oh,
But the flavor is good. It
Wow,
also has a
that's
little
hot.
bit different texture than like the delicata. I still would go with delicata as my favorite, but in a pinch, this does. And honestly, though, I could have done all this with butternut and just saved myself the hassle. And in our grocery store, we can get butternut already. It's already prepared. It's already cut out of it.
I honestly think it's really good. I like it.
It's good flavor.
For me,
That's yours.
like I don't mind things that are cooked a little longer, so stop eating that. That's going to go on that.
No, it's not. I'm not putting onion. I'm not adding it to that. Okay. This was amazing. I'm so excited for us to eat this as soon as we go off stream. Absolutely delicious. I will put together
That's good.
my amounts tonight and add it later this evening, tomorrow at the latest, so that I can put what I did for that. Super pleased with that. Absolutely delicious. Yeah, it was a great one. So Barb, Matthew, Pat, and Archie, and anyone else watching, thank you so much for joining us on the stream tonight for our creamy pistachio and speck pasta, straight from Orvieto. And you got to try it. It is so delicious. It is spectacular. And then also coming up on Friday, November 21st at 6 p.m., I am going to be seeing if this can meatball, if we can make this into meatballs, chicken paprikash. Can I make it into meatballs? I think I can. So that is my challenge on Friday the 21st at 6 p.m.
Huh.
Chicken paprikash, meatballs. Now,
That'll be interesting.
I will put it right out there. I'm not making homemade spetzels that day. I'm going to try a little. It's a Friday night. I will have worked all day. So, but I have a little hack that I'm going to try that I learned for another dish that I'm going to see if that might be kind of nice to have with it. So until we eat again, bye friends. Have a glorious week and eat well. Say goodbye.
Bye.